Welcome to the world of Miss Show Me State 23. John 3:16.
Disclaimer: I am not a professional medical physician. The information that I am providing you today is based off of my personal use and my results. I will tell you what helped me, and I hope that it can help you. But be advised that if you do not have a yeast infection, you need to make sure that you check with your physician before doing anything that I mentioned to you. This cannot help with any STDs, so please make sure that you are free from any STD. I have been suffering from a chronic yeast infection for the past 2 months now, and I visited my doctor's office, and he informed me that I need to start taking probiotics. We did all of the blood tests, everything came back negative, thank God. However, the yeast infections did not stop coming. They would go away for a while, and then towards the beginning of my menstrual cycle, I'd say right around 2 or 3 days before my period set in, I would start to get the symptoms of a yeast infection. The itching, the burning, everything that has to do with yeast is what I was experiencing. Now, my physician did tell me that I need to change my diet and I need to make sure that I include probiotics into my regimen, etc., etc. However, I have a pretty clean diet, and for the most part, I don't really do anything that's crazy, you know what I mean? I pretty much stay on track with my daily living. Now, I'll tell you a few things that I've learned that can trigger a yeast infection. If you are using a soap that is packed with a lot of different chemicals, that could contribute to yeast infections. If you wear tight clothing, that could contribute to yeast infections. If you have a lot of sugar in your diet, that could contribute to yeast infections. There's so many things that can cause yeast infections, but I'll tell you what I used to help me cure mine within 4 days. I went to my local Walgreens and I picked up these extra cleansing vinegar and water feminine douche. It came with 2 units and I have already used one. This is what the douche looks like. What you're going to do is you're going to open this, rinse the bottle out completely. You don't want any trace of any of the properties that are located in this bottle inside of you, because we will be using this solely in peroxide. Now, what you're going to do with this peroxide is you're going to take half of the solution and pour it into your bottle. So I would say right around there. And then with the other half, you're going to fill it up with water. What I like to do is I shake it gently to make sure that the two get mixed up properly. And then I gently insert it into my vagina and I gently squeeze the bottle and make sure that I get the whole solution in my vagina. Once I finish doing this, I rinse the bottle out again. Then I fill it up 4 through 5 times and I rinse out my vagina. What I will tell you is this: when you apply this solution in your vagina, it will be like Disco Inferno. And I know it's like I'm joking, but trust me, it's really not funny, because I felt like I was burning up internally. So please do this in a quick manner, not too quick. Just insert it gently, pumping it in. Once it's all in, you want to rinse it out simply so the yeast can leave your system. To just pump this thing in you without cleansing your body out afterwards, it's a big no-no. You can purchase a dish anywhere that they sell them. I paid $2.50 for mine at Walgreens. So just shop around for it and get it from wherever you can quickly as possible. The peroxide I purchased from the Dollar General, and it was $1. It's a super affordable little concoction, but let me tell you, it's highly effective. The body naturally has peroxide in it, so it's just like enhancing all of the goodies down there while helping to combat those annoying yeast. What happens with the peroxide is not only does it wash away the bad yeast, it also pours away the good yeast. So by pour, I meant to say it pulls out the good yeast and it pulls out the bad yeast from your body. Your body naturally has yeast in it, so you don't want to remove the good yeast. So that's where the acidophilus and the boric acid come into play. It restores your pH balance and it makes sure that the good yeast was not washed away. What I like to do is once I get done doing my dish, I take the Inner Echo Fresh Coconut Water Probiotic in the flavor berry. They also have original, and it comes with 30 servings. So what you'll do is you'll take a tablespoon of this a day, and it provides you with 100 billion live cultures. I absolutely love this, and that's why I purchased it. I was trying to use another brand that only offered me 45 billion cultures, but unfortunately it was not high enough for me. So that's when I went to my local health food store, and I'm sure that you can find yours at Whole Foods or basically any natural organic type of a store, and use a good probiotic. So what I'm going to do is take my tablespoon now, because I've already done my peroxide dish. When I use my probiotics, I like to make sure that I have the proper measurement, because I don't want to go over or under the serving section. So change your diet, change this, change that, change this. Those things are true. However, it does not always help when you have chronic yeast infections like I have, and have suffered from them for quite a long time now. And I've just finally got fed up and wanted to try some different things. So I will also include some other things that I use to help me with yeast. My tea tree therapy suppositories. I also found these at my local health food store. If you are sexually active, then this will apply to you. If you're using a lubricant, you need to watch it. There are some lubricants out there that are not good for candida sufferers. So you want to be very aware and educated on what to use and what not to use. So there may be some higher end brands of lubricants that people rave about, but you need to look into it and find out what works for you. Do not let the name or the price fool you. Some of them do not work good for candida sufferers, so keep that in mind. Another thing is, if you have multiple sexual partners, then that could contribute to a flare-up. So just try to stay monogamous if you can, and if you are not sexually active, of course this does not apply to you. Make sure that you have your women's wellness checkup, and fellas, if you are suffering, then please follow this tip. This is for you. So if you are a male suffering from a yeast infection, then I would suggest that you eat between 3 and 5 garlic cloves a day. And you don't have to eat them raw. You can chop them up and put them on potatoes or whatever way you want to eat it. And then another great thing that you can include into your yeast infection fighting regimen would be some antifungal cream. It relieves itching and burning, so this will be really great. You can go to your local pharmacy and you should be able to find this for a very reasonable amount of money. And then you need to incorporate a very great yogurt into your regimen, something low in sugar and high in live cultures, which are really great for your body. And then you need to also take a great probiotic. Like I said, I take 100 billion probiotic supplement every day, and I found that at my local health food store for under $20, which is really affordable for that quantity and the volume of probiotics. So I hope that this video has helped you in some sort of a way. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment down below and tell me how you have handled it or what your regimen is. I love to know and I love to find out new things. So let's share tips and let's become great friends. Have you become a subscriber? I hope you will take this time and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you found this video to be helpful, then give it a thumbs up. Until next time, don't forget that the sky is your limit and that I love you. May God bless you, gummy bears. Bye.